What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be self-growth, Virgo, and all the ways that you can embody the best version of, or all the best qualities of your future self. If you can't tell, I'm still working on that. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just good energy all around here, Virgo. Now, Virgo, with this spread, I'm going to be going until Higher Self says stop. We're just going with the flow here. And just so you're all aware, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so we're just working with the energies, okay? And in case y'all were curious, the decks that I'm using. This one here is the Astro Matrix Tarot deck, and then the Oracle deck that I'll be using is the Anatomy of a Witch Oracle deck, and I'll include links for these decks and other decks that I like using down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Virgo. But Virgo, you know, it's interesting. I feel like for your self-growth, you know, I feel like we're really trying to get an understanding of really just what it is maybe that we're wanting to either pursue. This could be maybe something that you're thinking about creating as far as like maybe like a little side project, maybe even starting up like a little hobby. This could be maybe even, we can even elevate that, Virgo. Maybe you're thinking about creating like a little side hustle, you know, get yourself some side cash, or maybe even, Virgo, for the win. You know, we may be even trying to create like our own kind of business, or maybe even creating or possibly even expanding off of that. Or some of us may be in that, in this right now. Maybe we're in the middle of some kind of creative phase right now. But either way, Virgo, I feel like that is just like maybe we're a little overwhelmed with the options right now. You know, maybe we're trying to figure out what, either maybe if we have a business already started up, maybe we're trying to figure what direction we want to take it. Or if we're just, you know, just cooking up something in general, maybe we're just maybe a little overwhelmed by all the opportunities. But Virgo, that's a good problem to have, one. And I know it may seem like a lot maybe when we're working through stuff here, but if you got a whole bunch of options, pick some, you know, maybe tap into those skills of your Virgos. Maybe write like a list, you know, maybe do like a sheet or something, you know. It's like, let's weigh the pros and cons of maybe starting up, you know, whatever it is. You know, if you want to do something with castles, if you're trying to do something with gems, maybe you're trying to do something with snakes. You know, Virgo, you're in a judgment-free zone here. And as long as we're manifesting and it's raising your vibration, Virgo, it's worth exploring. Because here's the thing too, if we're not sure where to go, I'm thinking with this card, this is Venus and Scorpio. You know, what better way to discover what you want to do, Virgo, than to try different things? You know, if we have all these opportunities and stuff that you can test out, venture out and see what'll pop to you. Because again, Virgo, who knows? Maybe it'll be something, maybe I'm looking at this trophy here. You know, maybe you'll find something while you're exploring. You may like tap in the trophies, and that may spark up a great idea for you, Virgo. You might be in this place where it's like, maybe I'll be like the next great trophy maker, or maybe we're polishing trophies, or maybe whatever, Virgo. We're just getting started here. We're working with the ideas. They're going to get better as we get along, Virgo. More. We're just spitballing here right now. No, told you, judgment-free zone here. But yeah, Virgo, try not to let the opportunities overwhelm us. If anything, turn that overwhelming energy into excitement, because yes, because it is very exciting, Virgo. You know, I feel like, again, if we're not sure, you know, just pick a path and see where that takes you. You know, it's all about venturing into the unknown. You know, I feel like for some of us, if we're even, because maybe maybe what this thing is that we're pursuing here, Virgo. Maybe this is something where it's a little out of our comfort zone right now, some of the things we might be considering. But again, Virgo, if it's uncomfortable, follow it, and especially if it's piquing your interest, because I find where there's discomfort, there's growth there, and again, who knows what sort of treasures or anything may come out of that, Virgo, because with the moon, it's interesting because the moon's considered like the scariest card of the deck, which is I always find so crazy, because the moon is a reflection. It reflects the light of the sun, and all the moon wants us is to bring that sun that you have, Virgo, and to shine that on your journey, and to shine the brightest, and to reflect to allow because the moon can also embody like our subconscious, Virgo. It can deal with those that soul, the personal things, that when I'm even thinking about like our moon placements, it signifies that energy, that the side of us that we show when people kind of get close into our realms, or or we start getting close to people. But I feel like that this is saying, in order to, we're going to need to take action in order to find, I feel like this calling, or to, for the message and the clarity to make sense, Virgo. Get a game plan. The King of Wands, he's the type that, especially when he's got, especially, some good ideas cooking up, and he has opportunities on top of that, bet he's going to channel that inner fire that he has, and he's going to go out there and get whatever it is that his soul desires, Virgo. And this is a good time too, Virgo. When I'm thinking with the moon card, be honest with ourselves. And not that I don't think that you aren't already, Virgo, but I mean, really, when you're asking yourself what it is that you're wanting to pursue, or, possibly explore, ask, be truthful. It may sound silly at first, but if you want to be, let's say you want to be the next, you want to go to the desert and go twirl batons, flaming batons, why not? Especially if you can make it happen, why not? See where that takes you. Because if that urge is even there, Virgo, it's there for a reason. That's higher self trying to get in touch with us, the universe trying to guide us. And the Ace of Swords, these ideas, maybe these crazy thoughts that might be kind of cooking up as far as like, different things to pursue. This is stuff like, these are hints, higher self's just like, well, Virgo, just give it a try. See what's worst case, you don't like it, and then you move on. Good thing you got a whole bunch of options here, Virgo. But try that, and be honest. If it's something where, don't worry about what you may think other people might think too, Virgo, when I'm thinking with this moon card. This is your journey, Don't let other people form themselves around you. Don't form yourselves around other people and their expectations of you, Virgo. Let's see what else we got cooking up here. Oy, a whole stack, Virgo. And see, this is, I'm going to take that as a sign that, we're keeping those. Okay. I'm going to take that as a sign that abundance is coming for you, Virgo, but it's just exploring it's just manifesting. Virgo. Well, one, Virgo. Virgo. We got the Tower here, and we got the Magician, your ruler. And I feel like your ruler wants you to explore, Virgo, wants you to manifest. The Magician, for me, this is like an invitation to, if there are areas where we feel like that we can improve and refine, explore that. But further your skills and further your knowledge, Virgo. Mercury is a type of energy, that's what the Magician represents. Mercury is a type of energy that promotes that higher learning, and that aggressive, or not aggressive, but that consumption of knowledge. It's how we communicate, it's how we think, it's how, when I'm even thinking about like Mercury placements. But Virgo, with Mercury being your ruler, you know, when we're exploring these different avenues and doing our research, you know, you have a very active mind and a very intelligent mind at that. You know, Mercury placements are just, they're fantastic, you know, as far as, you know, whether that be Virgo or Gemini. You know, it's going to give you that active mind. You know, you're going to be, especially being an earth sign too, Virgo, you can manifest stuff like mad, even manifest tower moments for yourself. And I feel like that's what's getting ready to, well, here's the thing, Virgo, with the tower. You know, I feel like that maybe some of us are in a place right now where maybe things don't feel like they're lining up. You know, maybe it feels like there's a lot of dissonance. And if that's the case, Virgo, if we feel any dissonance in life, those are, for me, I feel like those are like signals that there are some old things that are no longer serving us a purpose. You know, that's the foundation crumbling, or, you know, that's that warning sign, like, hey, there's something that needs to change. We need to get out some old stuff, because we have some new stuff that's coming up here. You know, some new opportunities that's coming our way, Virgo. And we can either, because listen, tower moments are going to happen regardless, but they don't have to be where it's this traumatic thing or this thing that has to happen to us all the time. You know, tower moments can be in our control, Virgo, but it's got to be something where we get eyes on that and understand what things aren't resonating with us, what are hindering us, or what is hindering us from growing. And then when we get eyes on that, then things stop happening to us, and then we become proactive, Virgo, as opposed to reactive. And in two, Virgo, you know, I find that tower moments happen is when they happen to us, it's because we're not on our path, you know. And not to say that what you're doing isn't what you're meant to do, Virgo, but maybe there's something else that's wanting to get introduced into your space to make your journey more whole. But it's figuring out what are some things that may be holding us back, you know, like acknowledging those truths, like I was saying, being honest with ourselves, what might not be serving us a purpose anymore, so that this tower moment can stop, so that tower moments can just stop happening to us. And so where we can start creating our own time for growth, you know, when you've noticed where it's like, man, I feel like I've been in a rut for a little while, or I'm ready to manifest something new, we just like, bam, tower moment, I'm ready for some growth here. Because Mars, look at all this planetary energy coming through your way, Virgo. You got your ruler here that's got your back, and you got Mars here that's, you know, furthering along that energy here. And I'm thinking too here, Virgo, with where all the planets are right now. I'm trying to think, where's the moon at right now? Moon's in Gemini currently when I'm recording this. So look at that, strong mercurial energy right now. And, you know, Mars is in Gemini energy right now. I'm just thinking all the moon placements here. Virgo, all of that to say is that I feel like everything is lining up for you here to take action. You know what I mean? And I feel like that it's getting ourselves geeked up as well, you know? I'm thinking about like communication and stuff, just everything that Mercury embodies. And I feel like, you know, maybe getting ourselves to, like, if we're telling ourselves that we can't possibly achieve this, or that this doesn't make sense, you know, getting that sort of like limiting beliefs out of our mind, Virgo, because even if it sounds ridiculous at the time, then make it practical, because that's who better to do that than Virgo? I mean, come on, figuring out how to make something work, you know. And I mean, like making something like maybe insane, like that may seem like out of, like, you know what I'm trying to say, Virgo, that's just like, it might seem impossible, but if we just got the game plan, figured out the finer details and things, then bam, you know, amazingness happens more. But it's taking that action, Virgo, and you know, and getting control over this, you know, kind of taking control of our change, you know, when those feelings of discomfort and stuff pop up, you know. Look into that. Yep. Take some action, Virgo, because I feel like that there's new opportunities coming for you here. You got the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands, this is Mars and Aries. So Mars is at home here. More Mars energy. Virgo, I feel like this, and you got you got all this heat that you got cooking up here, Virgo. I feel like that this is the energy is getting ripe for you, Virgo, to start taking action. To really start whatever it is that you've been wanting to cook up. Get that going, because here's the thing, Virgo. And this is not to like alarm you or anything like that, but there's going to be some big changes coming up here energetically soon. There's a full moon that's going to be in your sign when I'm recording this. It'll be out depending on when you're watching this. There's going to be a full moon in Virgo on the 7th, I want to say. So I think that's when it's at its fullest. But full moon in your sign, and then on top of that, on the same day, Saturn's going to be moving into Pisces. So there's going to be a lot of big energy that's going down here, and I feel like that this is going to be a real good time for you to manifest, Virgo. Think about just even getting some ideas just cooking up, even if you're just writing down even if it's at like its nascency, getting down on like a notebook. But literally, Virgo, anything. It's something too. Don't worry about if we're gonna make mistakes, because another thing too, Virgo. Thinking about your energy, and that's not to say that this is all of you. This is just kind of like more like a generalization. But Virgos tend to be perfectionists, and where I'm all about having things on point, Virgo. We don't want perfect to be the enemy of excellent. You know what I mean? If we can get something started up and it's going to be fantastic, or it may not be perfect, but it's at least presentable, where we're going to be proud of what we've done, then get it started, Virgo. Because I feel like if we wait too long on trying to get things perfect, then that's sometimes that can be ways of where we can talk ourselves out of stuff, or it may not be, the opportunity may not have as much of an impact as it is, when the energies are kind of ripe, like it, real potent like this. So just something to keep in mind, Virgo. Let's get some more stuff. Oh, look at you. More Sag energy. Virgo. Oh. I feel like that some of us, we feel like that we may not be in balance right now. I feel like that maybe you might feel in a rut. And I'm saying that too because I'm thinking with the Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is a sign of higher learning, of expansion. They're ruled by Jupiter, so it's a very fortunate sign. So I feel like maybe even some of us too, maybe we feel like that our luck hasn't been as good as of late. But Temperance is also a card of alchemy. And I find that when in order to find that balance and to get that harmony back in our lives, and to feel like where we're kind of growing, we need to invest in ourselves, some, Virgo. Explore those avenues that have been kind of calling to you. Have there been like things that you've been, has there been that one thing where it's like, man, if I can make a little more time, I would be doing blah, blah, blah. I'd be doing X. And it's like, well then, and if you then let's make some time for that, because clearly that's something that has been on your mind. It's something that's trying to come out, to be expressed, Virgo. Because we're creations, Virgo. And think, if in what our as creations, our like main thing on the journey is to just keep the creativity going, to create some more, because this is what happens when we do that soul searching and tap into ourselves, connect to source and start doing that manifesting, we start feeling more whole, and then it starts to inspire others, Virgo. Because another thing too with your sign, your sign rules the 6th house. It's a house, it's a house of routines, the house of service, of health. And I find that if you can, what, Virgo, if you can find a way to do something kind of nice for yourself, explore one of these hobbies and find a way to make it a routine type of thing. I was telling Leo something similar. Maybe some of us could just be as simple as just picking up a hobby, doing a little extra recreation in our lives. We're just creating something, whether that be maybe working with plants, maybe this could be, I'm looking at some of this stuff here, maybe working with makeup, maybe doing something with just something that has to deal with the heart there, Virgo. But I feel that when we start doing that, it does all that fulfillment and everything just starts to line up, and this journey starts to make more sense. Oh, and I was thinking about with your, I was like, where was I going with that? But also, working that in as a routine in your world, Virgo, making that a common practice. Because here's the thing too, if we keep telling ourselves that we can't make time for stuff that we want to do, that we like to do, then it gets us just like, what are we doing? You have all this time to do all these. Because listen, Virgo, it's not like I'm telling you to put off your obligations. If we have bills, family, whatnots, I get that, Virgo. But make some time for you. Because if we're not making that time, you're not being a full service to the people that you care about and that you want to help. And it may sound selfish for Virgo. You have to be selfish sometimes in order to help. It's just like me trying to help someone with their broken arm, and my arm's about to fall off. It's counterintuitive here, Virgo. Any more? Let me see what else we got, Virgo. All right, any more? All right, Virgo, looks like we're wrapping up here. And Virgo, I'm looking at this. Oh, Virgo. And here you are. Come on, Virgo. Hold up. Let's see. Because we got two cards here that we're in need, Virgo. You got the Death card in reverse here, and we got the High Priestess in reverse. So and I feel like all of this is connected, Virgo. If we just follow our instincts and listen to where your heart is trying to guide you, because that's where the moon, the High Priestess is the moon here, Virgo. All this lunar energy here, and granted this is Pisces, but even when I'm thinking about Pisces energy, that could be very dreamy, very creative type of energy. But I feel like that your inner Virgo, your King of Pentacles, because this is you, Virgo. King of Pentacles is all you all day. And look at you, pimp. I love the King of Pentacles. Sidebar, Virgo. I love the King of Pentacles in this deck. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Nature, my problem. But Virgo, back to yours. Stop resisting the change, Virgo. Because here's more Scorpio energy. This is Scorpio all day. Scorpio wants you to find that thing deep down that you've been denying yourself. Because that's what this feels like, Virgo. I feel like when stuff like this happens, this is something where I feel like we've been holding ourselves back. We haven't been tuning in to our inner voice, or we've been quieting that voice down. In Virgo, I feel like we're overdue for a transformation, for a metamorphosis. And here's the thing with the Death card. Transformation is going to happen regardless, Virgo. That's them's the breaks. But when we work with the energy, when we listen to our High Priestess, our guide, our intuition, our instincts, then we're stable, Virgo. Then there's abundance that's happening. Because let me tell you, as the King of Pentacles, he is a pimp, because wherever he goes, there's abundance in whatever that looks like for him, Virgo. But especially if he's got a whole bunch of ideas cooking up. And here's the thing too, Virgo, all these ideas you got cooking up, why can't you turn them into a profit? Because that's what seriously, if anybody can do it, and you all do it so effortlessly. And I know how that may sound, but even if we haven't been feeling as abundant, Virgo, then I feel like finding some ways that we can, doing things that make us feel abundant. Brainstorming, doing some do some research, and not even just like research into like different topics. Do some just soul searching research, figure out what it is that's calling you, what it is that you love. Because I feel like that's, I feel like you're the King of Pentacles for a reason, Virgo, because whatever you focus on, whatever you really pour your energy into, it flourishes. And I know I've said this to you. Imagine if you just took that energy that you had and started here and really started focusing on self and improving who you are, telling ourselves, kind things, building ourselves, doing things that resonate with us. Virgo, it's out of this abundance. King of Pentacles. Let's get some oracle cards. I'm with it. Yeah, I'm totally with this, Virgo. And this is going to be a great month for you. I feel like with the Death and the Tower, it may be, it could possibly be, oh, Virgo, it can be intense if we don't know to go, wow, I'm not sure what language that was about to be. If we don't learn to go with the flow, to relax in this, to feel this stuff, Virgo, allow yourself to feel. Maybe some of us are, maybe when I was talking about that, keeping things repressed, Virgo, if we've been repressing our heart's desire, our feelings, let that out of that shell, because that's not good. That's not healthy for you. That's like, because this water sign is represented by good old Scorpio, as well as Cancer and Pisces. Look at, wow, Virgo, look at all this water energy that you're having here. Look at the universe is trying to tell maybe some of us that we may be repressing some of our feelings here. And let me tell you what happens with that. If you try to keep water in just a single spot like that, over time, it's just going to pick up all that stuff, all of our unfulfilled dreams, all the signals and stuff. And Virgo, this is not me saying that you're going to miss out on any opportunities, because I feel like that we get presented all the opportunities that come to us, but it's being aware of when the universe is trying to present you those signals, because granted, if we happen to miss an opportunity this time, or maybe the energies don't quite come around that time, it'll come around again, but we're going to be working with a different set of tools then, and it may not be as effortless or as easy as when we were when it initially showed up here, Virgo. More. So I don't even know if I finished that now. We're just moving on. Wait. Oh, Virgo. Okay, any more? All right, Virgo, let's, Virgo. It looks like the camera has gone out, so let's do this here. Bam. Okay, we're working, see, Virgo? We're going with the flow. We're working with the water here. I don't know, you think about it. Because here's where we're focusing on your full moon, Virgo. And this is, I feel like, your potential that's trying to come out here. These dreams, whatever it is that's been going on, I feel like that's really trying to break out for you here, And then lastly, we've got this Poppet card. Well, look at all this lunar energy. And then lastly with this Poppet card, I feel like that I feel like there are some tools, Virgo, that are looking to be unlocked, that are wanting to be discovered, that they're sitting here and they can do some good work, because Poppets, they're usually these little dolls, and you can infuse, usually like you can do like hair and things like that, but it's meant to be like a good luck charm, at least usually, you something you put good energy into, and I feel like that this is something that if you were to figure out what this is, whatever this calling is, whatever this, the high priestess, all this lunar stuff, whatever your soul is trying to get you to do, Virgo, I feel like nurture that, because there's going to be something amazing that's going to be rewarded from your efforts. So just something to keep in mind, when you're working with all this transformative and lunar energy here. So I'm with that, Virgo. That's sick. And mind the camera, these things happen sometimes, but we keep it moving. And Virgo, if you like that, give it a thumbs up. And Virgo, share this. This is something where, especially if we know someone who may be struggling with kind of finding that purpose, or maybe making the time, or just kind of feel sort of stuck right now. This is good. This is going to be really, Virgo, a good time for all of us, with everything energetically that's getting ready to go down. And wow, it just dawned on me, Virgo. Look at how the energies are lining up for you. Really something's trying to get your attention, because really the full moon that's coming up in Virgo, come on, we were just talking about that. So there's something here to this, Virgo, and I really think that exploring, these desires that you're having and seeing where they lead you. But oh, okay, so we've shared. And then Virgo, if you haven't already, subscribe and then hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And then as far as social media goes, I got some good stuff cooking up here. On my other channel, the Cherry and Friends, Cancer gave me a really great idea, so I've got something cooking up. I should have it done, or not should, I plan on having it done by tomorrow the 1st. So, and it's nothing like super big, but just like stay tuned, Virgo. It's gonna be a good old time. And then lastly, speaking of the Cherry and Friends, considering all this lunar energy that you got here, Virgo, I mean, geez. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, wherever, Virgo, come check out my channel, Alchemist 8. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss all kinds of lunar shenanigans and naturally water. And all that housekeeping, Virgo, is down in the description box below. But let's get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Interesting. You got the Knight of Cups here in reverse here, Virgo. We gonna talk about that. Oh, I got some feelings about that. Interesting. More feelings about this. And we got the Birth card in reverse here, Virgo. There's something that's trying to unlock here. You can look at this however you want. And I feel like maybe some of us, maybe with this transformation that's going down, maybe we're feeling resisting stuff because maybe we're afraid of what that means, of what we'll become, And it could be maybe, taking the responsibility. I mean, whatever it is, Virgo. Try to relax. It's these situations that happen, these transformative energies, and letting the stuff go, of maybe some old things. It can feel hard at first, but it's meant to level us up, Virgo. And also, I'm just thinking with that Birth card, just like maybe don't look at it as, letting stuff go, look at it as a new chapter, or don't look at it as things ending, because yes, something, the thing with the Death card is, where sure, something is ending, something is simultaneously beginning. You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like this Birth card is trying to, being in reverse, is trying to remind you that this is not a bad thing that's happening here. It's all it's all towards our growth, Virgo. And the thing that's going to make it hard is if we resist what our heart wants. You know what I mean? When we ignore what really resonates with us, and we pour our energies into things that we don't want. Because here's the thing, Virgo, see what you're accomplishing, doing, and I mean in like a good way. Look at all your accomplishments with what you're doing, and if it's not what you love. Now imagine how more rewarding or rewarded you'll feel doing something that you love and pouring, even if you did like a fourth of the energy that you're pouring into the obligations and into the matrix and whatnot, pour it into what you want, Virgo, because that's what matters at the end of the day here. You want to know why the King of Pentacles always stays in abundance? Because he knows that first abundance happens within, and once we find that abundance within, you're never without. You're never lacked of. And I know that may sound cliche, Virgo, but it is, or it isn't. It isn't cliche. You know what I mean, Virgo. It's a fact, because whatever's reflecting internally is what's going to permeate throughout, Virgo. So just something to think about, okay? But I'll get you out of here, Virgo. So stay safe out there. And Virgo, really, work on raising your vibration. You know, this is, I feel like this may feel like a lot right now, but it's a good thing. You know, there really is just greatness coming around the corner for you here, Virgo. Just even with, because even Virgo, the fact that all these energies are here, even if they're in reverse and, you know, they may have like a more, maybe like, you know, may feel a little more lower vibratory right now, we can always change that, Virgo. We can always work with the energies. You know, this is just letting me know what you're bringing me, you know, and just let you know what you're working with and how we can adjust from there. So, but if we're having a hard time to even raising the vibration, you know how I got you, Virgo. Putting your arm around me, we're going to raise that vibration together. And then I will catch you, there you go, on the next one later.